T. Gray and MK, you are now cleared for flight school takeoff.
4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
All right. Welcome to flight school. Disclaimer time. Disclaimer time. Hey, listen, today, guess what we're going to do today? We're going to make some money today. We are going to make some money today.
We are going to make some money today.
We're not going to just talk about making money. We're going to make some money today. But
I'm so excited for this good party.
Yes. But we can't guarantee who's going to make money today because everybody is different and everybody comes to the table with different level of energy, work ethic, commitment, stick-to-itiveness, etc. Some folks are going to show up for flight school on time. Some folks are going to be late. Some folks are not going to come at all. That's going to show up in your check somewhere. Some are going to do a lot of work. Some are going to do a little work. Some are going to do no work. The folks who do no work get what? Nada, right? Some folks are going to learn and apply. Some folks are going to learn and then go do whatever they want to do and not get results. At the end of the day, the only person who can determine whether or not you are gonna make the money and how much money you are gonna make is that man or woman looking back at you in the mirror when you're brushing your teeth in the morning and flossing at night. Ask him or her how much money you're gonna make and then go follow through. Love you guys. That's our disclaimer. We're sticking to it. Let's go.
Who's getting on?
Huh? Someone's getting on here?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. I do not know. It could really be anybody. It's so crazy that it could be anybody. It could be just one of our presenters who just happens to use the line to get on, or it could be the big dog himself. You never know.
All right. Stay connected.
Yeah.
Go to iboomnation.com, iboomnation.com, fill out the information there. For SMS and email, iboomtext.com, and for Telegram, search Ibüümerang and click connect or click join. Click join. All right.
There you go. There you go. All right, folks, it's birthday time, and we got some birthdays. We got a big birthday today, and it's time for those BÜM Foundation birthday donations because that's what we do at Ibüümerang. We make the money and we give some back to take care of the babies. We make sure the babies eat and we make sure the babies are protected. So let's get down to business.
Okay. So here, Ava Halstead. I had a guest attending New Zealand, Profit Snatchers Europe. He didn't want to elevate, but he downloaded the iGo app. Now he wants more information and will attend the good party today. So for customers, the iGo app is free. It's free. Okay. So if they don't get started with Elevate, you can get them to go to iGo and get their back office. Okay.
Squirrel. That was a big squirrel.
All right. Cesar Munoz.
Back to birthdays. Now we can get back to birthdays since we took that.
Well, it was there.
Yeah. Squirrel. All right. Really big birthday right here. Presidential Diamond Cesar Munoz. Happy birthday, Cesar. Feliz cumpleaños. Absolutely. Way to go. And I know what Cesar wants for his birthday. You know what he wants for his birthday? Who can guess? BÜM Foundation donations. That's right. So go ahead, folks. Log into your back offices and give a BÜM Foundation donation. I don't know how old Cesar is. Do you know how old he is?
No.
I'm trying to remember from his
He's in his probably mid-30s.
Man, how old is he? I knew how old he was. So I can tell people how much to donate. Does anybody know how old Cesar is? 37? We're going to go with 37. $37. $37 for the babies.
All right. So round up to what, 40?
Round it up to 40, right? I didn't even know what increments you can do. I don't think you can do 7. So I think it's got to be like 40, 50,
37.
I think they're increments of 5 or something like that. So anyway.
Okay.
Let's do that. And now we got another birthday, don't we? Is there another one?
We do. Vit Gula. Diamond Vit Gula.
From the Czech Republic.
Yes.
Exactly. Now, I don't know how to say happy birthday in Czech, but I do know what Vit wants for his birthday. You know what he wants? He wants BÜM Foundation donations. That's right, everybody. So let's do some BÜM Foundation. Now, he looks like he's 21.
Okay, round up to 25.
Yeah, but he might be 30. So let's make it 30. So $30 BÜM Foundations in honor of Vit Gula. I was thinking BÜM and Vit.
Lacey says you can only do 50.
You can only do 50. Okay, well then just make it 50 then.
Okay.
All right, $50. $50 make you holler. Let's go.
Okay.
All right.
You did not say that.
You know what I did say though? No chargebacks. No chargebacks. Okay. Next slide.
Okay. Hashtag DTRTs. What does this mean, folks?
It means it's itchy under this hoodie. Right on the logo.
Doing the right things.
Who's doing the right thing today?
First.
Who's doing the right thing today?
Yes.
And by the way, I forgot to put this on the slide, but we need pictures from all of these good parties.
Oh, yes.
Pictures, video, everything. Load.
I'm so glad you remembered that.
Yes. We're going to make a video.
Yes.
We're going to make a video.
Remembered that? Good God. All right. Okay. You want to be featured DTRTing in 2023? Send your photos and video submissions to marketing@iboomerang.com. Marketing@iboomerang.com. And we've got James Riddick Jr.
Oh, we got him. What was he doing?
From Chicago to North Carolina, Zoom countdown for Freedom Online event. Miss Diane Wilson, Miss Dorcas Riddick, Miss Jackie Jacobs, and Miss Cynthia Quates. Got all women on that call, bro. So yes, we're interested in becoming customers of Elevate. Yes.
Oh, you're funny. Travel and Trade Corner, hosted by D-Lo, Doris Lopez. And she does this every week, 2 p.m. Central. Definitely a great place for your new people and definitely a major opportunity for all of you in Europe, because this is at 8 p.m. in London. And so this is a great way for you to get your customers and your new people affiliated, acclimated with our products. All right. So thank you, D-Lo, for your service, doing this every single week. Let's get our folks on there. I think we just had G Money on.
G Money. He was on there Wednesday. Yep.
Yes. Talking about Elevate. So that would have been a really good one to have everybody on.
Yeah.
The numbers are going up every week. You guys are getting the point. So this is good.
Okay.
Use your tools. Use your tools.
Okay. All right. Brick.
Be a brick. Be a brick. If you want to be incredibly successful in 2024 with Ibüümerang, you want to screenshot this and you want to make sure that this is you. All right. You want to make sure you can check all 3 of these criteria. Do you have 300 PQV because you're personally a star achiever? Easiest way to do that is the Star Achiever subscription. If you have travel, and that's the easiest way to get that done. Second, do you have 2 people that you've personally enrolled in the business? One on the left, one on the right, and they are still active. They're active every month. Okay. And do you have 10 customers? Do you have and maintain 10 Elevate customers? By the way, so many people make getting customers harder than it needs to be. You know how you get customers? You do lots of presentations for the business. Do lots of presentations for the business. Because here's the deal. If you present the business to 100 people, if you expose 100 people to the Ibüümerang opportunity presentation, how many of them do you think are going to join your business? Mariana says 5. Luana says 10. How many do you think are going to join your business as ambassadors? As ambassadors, going to join your marketing team. Say, I want to do that. I want all the money. I don't want to just learn to trade. I want to sell. I want to build a team. You put 100 people in front of the presentation. How many ambassadors do you think you're going to get? I'm seeing 20s, 40s, 50s, right? But the bottom line is, guess what I'm not seeing? I'm not seeing 100s. And you know why? Because everyone is not going to join. Everybody's not. That's just life. So the folks that don't join should become customers. If you have 100 people.
What's up, HB?
Here he is. There he is.
Listen, man, it's, I said, let me just sit through this call.
I knew it.
And I don't know. It's just something that I can't sit by when you get into something juicy. And I'm like, let me take my hands and put them up under the table. So here's what I did. I got to tell you what I did so that I didn't have to get on the call. Okay. And I got on the call. I opened up the Zoom earlier. I said, this is going to make sure I don't get on.
Okay.
I got on and I had my sleeping wear on. So I said, I can't get on if, I can't get on and I'm not appropriately dressed. I hadn't groomed my hair and put my makeup on. I hadn't had my makeup day. So I said, I can't get on like that. And then it's just one of those things that is just in you. It's like, okay, he's talking about building. So I rushed in and I went and got out of my stuff. My wife came. She says, honey, you got to try a Boomerang shirt on. I'm like, yeah, Superman had to change. I had to go into the phone booth, man.
Phone booth.
I did. I had to go into the phone booth. And the only thing I'm missing is the key to success. Honey, where's my chapstick? I got some chapstick by my nightstand. Grab me some chapstick, please. Right? It's the only thing I'm missing. Is the key to success.
The key to success. I thought you were going to say you were missing your cape.
Oh no, dude!
Oh, you don't need a cape. You just need the chapstick.
I don't need the cape.
Right.
I don't need the cape. So good morning, everybody. How we doing?
Good morning.
Bonnie says, I have that shirt. No, you don't, Bonnie. I have this shirt. Fantastic. That's what I'm talking about. That is what I'm talking about. All right. There we go. Success.
There you go. Nice,
Listen,
nice toss, Mrs. Barnes.
If you don't have to use chapstick, okay, I know some of you are like, man, why is HB's always using chapstick? It's the key to success. If you are not going through, here's the thing, okay? I know I'm digressing here. Here's the thing.
Digress.
If I think that we should bring a new product back, I think we should have chapstick. Let me tell you why. Okay. Because you should be going through you should lose at least three a month. Okay. If you're not losing 3 a month, then your life is too organized. And that's a problem. Okay. And then you should be going through another 2 to 3 a month, and you should be selling 10 a month. Okay. Well, people say, well, why do I need so much chapstick? The more my mouth moves, the more moisture is required. That means I am talking a lot about the business. And if you're not going through chapstick, it means that you're part of the Secret Service. You're keeping Ibüümerang a secret. And so when I walk around you and I see moisturized lips, and matter of fact, I'm going to get on. Let me get on. Can I see? I can't see the people on here, can I? I can only see us, right? That's okay.
Yeah, I think an OCS.
If your lips are moisturized and you don't have chapstick next to you, you haven't been talking a lot about Ibüümerang. If you got those nice, juicy lips and they just look like, you're not talking enough. But if your lips are dry and cracked up and you every now and every 5 minutes you got to pull out the secret to success, that means you are talking about business. So it's a new product, right? And this right here makes it really easy to become a brick, right? Get 10 customers, right? You're selling 10 of these a month. But anyway, man, I'm excited to join you guys. I'm not going to be here eternally, but I just decided, let me just jump in right now. He's talking.
Oh, bro, we gotta toss you something. Mark, can you fast forward? HB needs to see this. He knows what we've been up to, but he needs to see the latest stats. If you fast forward to
we'll talk about the latest stat. Let me talk about what you're currently on.
Okay. Oh, the how to get customers.
No, not how to get customers. 100 people. You expose the business 100 people.
Okay, yeah.
And I saw the numbers. Some people saying 5. First person said 5. Some people said 15, 20, 25. T. Gray says, hey, listen, he hadn't seen any 100s. Okay. Now, how many of you know the purpose of a presentation, first of all?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Now, T. Gray said, if you're showing the plan, and I'm going to change that. If you are exposing the plan,
mm-hmm.
right? Exposing the plan. Now, there's a difference between showing the plan and exposing. Showing the plan is exposing, but exposing is not necessarily showing. And I want to give you something real basic here. I want to teach you something really, really simple and basic, right? When you show the plan, you're taking control. Okay. When you show the plan, you are now involved in sales. Right? You are involved in sales. There's nothing wrong with that. That is great. That's an incredible thing. Let me tell you why that is an incredible thing. Okay. Because you now possess the power of how fast you want your business to go, because you can incorporate 2 things. You can incorporate showing the plan and exposing the plan. When you expose the plan in your personal absence means that you're involved in marketing. You send an I decide. You bring a person to a presentation. You now are a marketer. I want you to understand who you are, how you do this. And guys, I'm going to give you something so simple right now. This is how you just double, triple your numbers so easily. Okay? So easily. I think that sometimes what we do is we get into a habit of hearing something and not understanding what it is that we heard. And how to break that down into its basic elements so that you know, how does this really function? I'm going to set you free right now. I'm going to equip you and give you something that just on that first slide there, that really opens it up for you. Say, okay, wow. Okay, here is a missing element. I can see the picture. It's not that those of us that's on this call don't know what to do or not inspired. It's sometimes you're roadblocked by your own thought process and your own limitations of how to think through the business. Okay. Here's what we're going to do while I cover a couple of these things, and I'm going to go to this next slide. We're going to take a little 1-minute commercial break, because what I want, these numbers, we've got to get these numbers up. So you need to text some people, whoever it is that you got to text, or however you instant message them, let them know right now. Hey, HB, send them the link. They'll click on. Let's get the numbers up higher. And I am looking in right now on the Zoom. I'm not on our Facebook channel right now, but I'm on Zoom right now.
Got 99 on Facebook.
Okay. So let's get these numbers up real quick, because I'm going to share some stuff, that I know for a fact is going to benefit you and benefit your team. And more importantly, it's going to take the global good parties that we have today, and it's going to multiply the results. So the good parties hadn't happened yet, but what I'm going to share with you, it's going to increase those results. Okay, those results will increase based off what I'm going to share with you. Okay, so yeah, we give you guys about another 30 seconds. Hit your groups, whatever it is, wherever you are in your message groups. Hopefully, you guys have what I call a group of people that you have in your text group that you can text 5 people, and you should be able to reach all the players within your organization within 5 or 10 minutes or so, because they get the message. They should have their groups, and hopefully you've taught them that. This is how I built, whereas I didn't have to count on the back office because back office technology moves a lot slower than I personally want to move my group. So I took matters in my own hands. Okay. Now, if they're already on the call, great. They should be, they shouldn't even have time to respond to their own call, because they should be texting their group to get some people on the call as well. Now, so the thing I want to share with you is just simplicity, making things simple. Remember, there's 2 ways to expose the business. You can show the plan. Show the plan, that means that you're involved in sales. When you're involved in sales, there's an art involved in sales. Here's the thing I want you to know, is that you don't have to become a salesperson in order to succeed. When you are, and you do develop your sales skills, your business has the potential of growing faster. It does, okay? Because you go through less numbers of people to get to the same result. Now, the other part is we talked about exposures, and we have several different ways to expose the Ibüümerang opportunity. And obviously you can do that through opportunity calls. We do it through group launch calls, one-on-ones, two-on-ones, what we call executive luncheons. We have just our PowerPoint presentation that we would have. So many different ways that you can expose the business. However, when you expose the business, you're now a marketer. And so the most important part of the exposure is not the exposure itself. The most important parts of exposing the business is the invite. Okay. So here's the pressure I want to take off of you. Don't worry about becoming great at presenting. Learn how to be a professional inviter. Because the invite is very short and simple. Presentation can be 30 to 45 minutes long. And if some of you, you kind of come from the Baptist world, it may be a 2-hour presentation. Okay. And you've got to learn how to captivate people's attention for 2 hours. Those of you saw my presentation, what was that, last week we did it, or week before last. That presentation was almost an hour long, or maybe right at an hour long. All right. Why? Well, it wasn't designed to teach you how to present the business. It was designed to be effective and to share an entire story of the Ibüümerang business, so that you guys understand the simplicity of what it is that we have, and that your guests said, wow, this right here makes sense to me. I want to be a part of this and this culture. However, each guest that were invited, each of those conversations should have been no more than 3 minutes long. Really 90 seconds, 3 minutes long in total. Okay. 30 seconds or whatever, getting to the point. 30 seconds of just simple talk that you're having with your people, and then a little bit more talk, getting into why you're calling, and then getting to your pitch, and then getting off the call. So what if you can learn how to do that and make your pitch, your qualifying, when I say pitch, your qualifier to that prospect, and you mastered it. Now you don't have to be a great salesperson. What you've done is you have mastered a 3-minute conversation. Okay. I would rather you master a 3-minute conversation and versus trying to say, wow, I want to be as charismatic as HB. Okay. Because that has taken me, all the years that I've been involved in this particular industry. So that means that you probably won't get to that level as soon. You could, and you can get there faster. But mine has come not because I have worked on words. My level of delivery has come because there's nobody on this Zoom who has actually shared an opportunity more than I have. Nobody. Okay. So I have actually given more presentations, talked to more people. I've had more failures. I've had more no-shows. I've had more people tell me no. I've had more people get up and walk right out. I've had more people sign up as well than anybody on this call. And so I've learned from each and every one of those presentations. So I was geared more towards the sales end. Right? And don't shy away from that. I love if you're one of my salespeople out there, if sales is your thing, if you like being in front, if you like the power of being able to use your words and communicate, put a 1 in the chat. Okay. So don't shy away from that. When you hear these people who come and give you these pitches and say, hey, listen, you know what? I got an opportunity. You don't have to sell anything. I run. Why? Salespeople are the highest paid people in the world. Okay. Now, it doesn't mean that a non-salesperson can't succeed. Matter of fact, you can succeed and you can make big money. So on the marketing end, the thing I want you guys to really understand is if you set up the presentation properly, the invite, if you do it right, the person has already made a decision whether or not they will join you. The presentation is only about the information. Okay. The presentation now is only about the information. And that's going to determine whether or not they believe that they can do it. And there's a second thing that I want you to master. Okay. Second thing I want you to master, whether you are a presenter in the sales position or whether you are a marketer. Okay. Remember, you're going to master the invite. The invite typically comes with being in a hurry. There's a formula to it. Being in a hurry, showing value, and taking it away. What do I mean by being in a hurry? Okay. So this right here, guys, this is teaching part of the system. So every time you come to flight school, you hear them teach parts of the system. You heard them talk about the HB system that people who wanted to be a part of something. It's just teaching what I have not learned, but what I've used to become successful. There's so much, okay? There's so much that I've learned that I haven't even cataloged it all. But there's not one subject that you can ask me about network marketing and success that I can't immediately give you a 5-hour training on without notes. That's not bragging. That's just letting you know that there's some work that's been done so that I can deliver this stuff. And so Mark and T. Ray has been around what I do and from a system standpoint longer than anybody else have. They know it. They've used it. They've watched it. They've experienced it. They took care of their families utilizing what it is that I teach. And then they recognize it as well. All right. Now, and in both of them built 6-figure incomes and multiple 6-figure incomes using it. Okay. Using it. And specifically Mark coming out of, or actually T. Ray as well, but Mark coming out of zero network marketing background, his first exposure was just to how I did the business. T. Gray was in a free deal back then. He was some network marketing company he was in, and at that time I think it was free. And first thing I met him, I said, "Listen, don't ever try to sell free. Free is very hard to sell. It's expensive to sell free." But anyway, so I'm sharing with you right now that when we talk about our system, there's 4 components to the system. The 4 R's of the system. I'm not going to go through all of these right now. I'm going to give you the highlights of them and the 4 R's of our system so that you understand when you're hearing things on flight school, it's all coming from how to make the 4 R's work. Okay. So what's the first R? The first R is recruiting. And that's what I'm talking about now. There you go. Somebody said recruiting. Recruit. The second R is retain. You recruit to retain. All right. You recruit to retain. Whose job is it to retain? All of ours. The system. It's the system's responsibility. You are part of the system. So you have a responsibility. The system, which means the company, your cross-line members, the culture, the organization, all of that. Okay. Me, you, all of us. So we recruit to retain. The third R is called replication. So when we recruit a new person, the goal is to retain them. Why do we want to retain them? Okay. Why do we want to retain them? We want to retain them so that we have them in the business long enough so that we can actually access their sphere of influence so that we can go and recruit, retain, and replicate for them. You understand what I'm saying? You want to get them and keep them in the business long enough so that you can do the same thing for them. People will stay in the business when you have enrolled someone out of their sphere of influence and somebody comes into the business from them, they will stay in the business longer. So when you duplicate these simple processes, this is why we call it building a business. Okay? Building a business is building a business. Now, we recruit, we retain, we replicate. What does replicate mean? Replicate is leadership training. So now what you'll see us do, and sometimes from flight school, you will hear us talk leadership, certain leadership things that we will discuss on flight school, because leadership is a part of it. You'll always hear us talk about leadership. Okay? You'll always hear us talk about it. Now, why is leadership important? Because you can only effectively lead a group of no more than 500 people, even me. Okay, effectively. You say, well, how do you guys have tens of thousands of people sometimes? Well, you're leading groups of leaders who are leading groups of 100 or 50 to 500 people. So you got to develop the leaders to lead other leaders. But how do the leaders even identify the leaders? Recruit, retain, and replicate. So I got to bring them in, I got to keep them in, and then I got to move them along. Get them in, keep them in, move them along. What is the 4th R? I'll give you the 4th R. Jake put out the 3 R's there, but the 4th R, it's not retail. Retail is one of the parts. That's a part of the recruiting. Okay, you get them in, keep them in, move them along, or recruit, retain, replicate, rank up. Rank up. Okay. So why do you think we have the rank up system that we have in the company? Because now we're recruiting. You're able to pay attention to what your team is doing, so you know what your recruiting numbers are. Now now retail and recruiting goes hand in hand because you're exposing the business, and I'll get back to that in a second. The second part is retain. You retain them. So flight school is a retention strategy. Every brand new person, should they plug into flight school? Of course they should. Well, what if T. Gray and Mark are talking about, sponsoring 20 on your left and 20 on your right, and this is that person's first day? It's your job as a brand new coach to let your people know, hey, here is the purpose of flight school. We've got an amazing culture that over the next, I'm always planting seeds as to what they're going to learn and where they're going to be. See, I got a brand new person I just put into the business. So here's how I'm coaching them. Hey, listen, I'm always edifying the system, my upline, the company. All right. Always edifying. Hey, Joe, listen, Joe, I know you just got in yesterday and things are exciting. I know we're working on your list, but here's what I want you to do. Tomorrow, I want you to take some time out, maybe 2 hours, it's going to be critical. We have something called flight school. Remember I told you that you'll be in business for yourself, but not by yourself? This is one of the ways that you're not by yourself. We have a culture of leadership that actually does a lot of the heavy lifting for you, whereas you can plug in and you can see so many of the things that are available that's going to be assisting you in building to that $5,000 a month that you said that you wanted over the next 90 days. Okay. You may hear some stuff on here that you may not even understand. Don't worry about it. That's a bonus because it lets you know, okay, lets you know some of the things that we have in our system that are just a little bit more advanced. But right now, what you and I are focused on is the list of 100 and the first 4 opportunity calls that we talked about, so we can get you 4 people sponsored wide, and the goal is to go 4 deep in one of those legs. You think my new person is confused when he gets on flight school now? No. If he's confused, it's my fault. Because what is a sponsor's job? To provide and protect. Provide the right information so that Joe does not get in his own way, and protect him from all the other distractions and elements that may impede or slow down his success. It is my responsibility as a leader to wipe out confusion in the organization. It's whose group is it? It's mine. It's my group. Do I have to tell him not to get on flight school in order for him not to be confused? He's going to be more confused. Why? He's going to come around to an event and everybody's talking about flight school, and he's going to wonder, well, my upline hadn't said anything about flight school. Well, you did the right thing that you thought. Let me not confuse him. No, be a leader. Provide the right information so that it gives him all of the environment in order to succeed, but also protect him from all the other distractions and elements. And sometimes it is how he should take information and understand the win formula. What's important now? Joe, what you're going to hear on flight school is incredible. You're going to use it. You may not even understand what it's all about, but I'll if you need to, you and I will have some dialogue about it, because it's going to be necessary for you over the next 90 days as we go to that $5,000 a month. However, don't forget what our plan is. What I want us focused on right now, Joe, is I want us focused on that list of people, the 4 meetings that we're setting up for you, so we can get you 4 wide and 4 deep in a leg. And we want to get that done in the first 7 days, no later than 2 weeks. That's called leadership. That's how you lead a group. You lead 1, and then you can lead 2. When you lead 2, you can lead 5. You lead 5, you can lead 10. So now I'm making sure that Joe understands the purpose of flight school. Maybe my upline may have a group call coming on Wednesday or Saturday or Tuesday. Do I want to plug Joe into that? Yes. How do I plug Joe into it? It's my job to teach Joe. Joe, hey, listen, my upline just called a call. Okay. He doesn't do calls so often, but you know what? It says Tuesday night, he's doing a call for the entire group. Joe, you're so fortunate to be invited to this call. He doesn't do them that often, or she doesn't do them that often. But I have no idea what the topics are going to be. But Joe, here's what I want you to do. I want you to come to that call with open ears, because one day, a lot of the information that's shared is going to apply to you. I want you to also remember Where are we in our process right now with our win? What's important now with our list of 100, our 4 opportunity meetings that we're setting up for you, so we can get you how many wide? 4 wide, and how deep? 4 deep in one leg. So is Joe coming to that call confused? No. Joe knows exactly what Joe's supposed to do. Why? Because his leader. When Joe's confused, it's because I didn't do my job, not because my upline held a call, not because flight school discussed, how to depth charge. He's confused because of my absence of understanding my responsibility. I've never had a confused group. Ever. Never. Ever, ever, never. Why? Because I never counted on the company to lead my people. I counted on the company to do its job, the system, to do the job of the system. Be there, be big, be bold, share the information, what's all available. Now, what I do is I take Joe and say, Joe, I'm going to slowly, bring you into this wheel, if you will, this wheel of information, but I'm going to walk you through it, and you're going to understand this stuff. 90 days, you'll look back and you'll say, wow, how much I didn't know before. How many of you have ever brought somebody on Coffee and Charts who's brand new? I got on Coffee and Charts and was confused about the information because of how fast the information went the very first time. Okay. But when I invite people to Coffee and Charts all the time, but here's what I say. Hey, listen, I'm going to bring you in. I want you to hear my experts. They're speaking at a level of people who make more money in trading than most people in the entire world. So you won't even understand much of it, but I want you seeing the environment and the comments of other people who are making $50, $100, $200, $300. Some you'll even see made $1,000 within that little time frame. So don't go there for understanding. You may not understand or be able to catch up for your first 3 to 6 weeks. But let me ask you a question, Joe. Do you still plan to have an interest in making $5,000 a month? 6 weeks from now? Yeah. So guess what? By that time, you'll understand it, but you'll be profitable as well. I'm providing and protecting. I'm not afraid to throw people on there. I'm afraid to throw people on there if I don't set the expectation. Okay. People are very intelligent and smart, and they will do what you ask them if you do your part. Stop being a lazy leader expecting your person to understand everything on their own. Okay. I edify every part of our system here, but I also know where Joe is. Now, maybe I've got a new Sapphire. When I talk to my new Sapphire, I'm talking to them a little bit differently. Okay. So I want you to understand that now from a system standpoint, you guys understand we have a system. And going back to it, there's 2 parts that I want you to master. I want you to master the invite, which is a part of the recruiting component. Okay. Master the invite. Power invites, powerful posture-driven invites. What I mean by posture-driven, it's not that you're forcing. Posture can be so delicate. If you're a lady, it can be, you can use your femininity for posture. You don't have to be bold and this overpowering salesperson. That's not what we're talking about. Posture just simply means that your solid belief in the opportunity, and that the opportunity is not for free or given at will, that this time right now is where it's important. For example, if I was calling Joe and, hey, Joe, I'll use Mark here for example, if I was just, calling up Mark for an opportunity here. And Mark, you can give me either one of, either response. It doesn't matter what your responses are. So that I could actually use some posture. Hello, am I speak to Mark? Hello, Mark, you there? Oh, I dialed the wrong number. There he is. He's there.
B.
Hey, Mark, how you doing, man?
Fantastic.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Guys, you notice how my energy is? My energy is exciting. It's not overpowering. It's not giddy. It's not silly. It's not, hey, Mark, hey, man, how you doing? I speak to Mark. No, I'm a businessman. I've got something that's exciting. My goal in the invite is to translate what I have found into him. All right. So, Mark, hey, man, everything's going great?
Yes. Fantastic,
awesome, man.
HB. Good to hear from you.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I know we haven't talked in a while. Hey, listen, don't want to waste a lot of time. I kind of want to get right to the point here. Maybe we'll talk a little bit later. But Mark, I've got a question for you. I know we were speaking at some time ago that you were talking to me about a boat that you had wanted. You were speaking about this boat. Were you still looking for something like that, or were you just kind of talking?
Absolutely. Looking for a boat.
Now, what I remember at that time was, it was pretty costly, and obviously you were looking to supplement income. The reason I'm calling is this. I found a way that potentially you can actually get that boat and actually get the bigger version if you wanted to from an economic standpoint.
Okay.
Right. Listen, what I've done is I've partnered with some people in an industry who've actually shown me how to multiply money. And Mark, I can't even guarantee you that they will even work with you, but at least I thought about calling you to see if you were open to a 30-minute to 40-minute presentation to see. You give it your best shot, listen, and there may be an opportunity extended there.
Hey, what's this all about, HB?
Actually, it's about multiplying money and being able to use it to get what you want. In your case, it could be a boat, bigger size than what you want it. I can't give you all the details right now because I'm not the expert. But listen, one of the people that I'm working with, his name is Donnie Pips. And this is one of the guys that I work with really closely. And I work with several other leaders here. And what I'll do is I'll set up a call that we're going to do. There's going to be a few select people on there. There's no obligation to you, and on the other part, they're not going to obligate themselves to helping you either. But what I want to do is make sure Thursday at 7:00 p.m. Can you cancel whatever you've got going and be on a call for about 40 minutes?
Can you tell me a little bit more about this?
Yeah, all of the details is at 7:00. What I'll do is I'll send you all of the information that's going to be on a Zoom link, and all of the information to get on the Zoom link will be there, and all the details will actually be covered there. Now, here's the thing, Mark, if right now is not a good time for you to make that type of money, hey, I understand it's no pressure your way, no pressure my way, but I thought about you, and I just want to know, can you prioritize Thursday to be there at 7:00?
Absolutely.
Okay, good. So here's what I'll do. I'll send you a Zoom link. And if anything comes up, just give me a call and let me know. And the reason being is I only have a few spots available on that Zoom. And if you can't be there, I'll have somebody to take your spot.
I'll be there.
Okay, great. Talk to you later. So I didn't let him back me into a corner. He kept asking me, tell me a little bit more about what this is about. It's about multiplying money and possibly getting the boat that you talked about and maybe even the bigger one. That's what it's about. This ain't about trading. This ain't about travel. This ain't about the deep. Nobody cares about the details. Okay. Why do you understand why he's asking me or asking you to tell him more about what it's about? Let me tell you the reasons why people are asking you that and why you're falling for the trap. Number one reason that they're asking you is they don't believe that you can help them. Do you know nobody asked me? Tell me a little bit more why. My credibility is as such that people know if I call them, it must be worthy, and either they're interested or not. I don't get tell me a little bit more about what this is about. It's okay if they don't believe that you can help them. This is why you use third-party credibility. And if you notice, I took it away from me. I am not the expert. All I can tell you is I'm working with this particular guy and this particular lady here or this particular person who is the expert, and they're going to explain something. By the way, Mark, there's no commitment that needs to be made, and they're not committing to you either. That's posture. It's posture. We don't need you, Mark. I'm not going to say that, but I'm going to show it. They don't need you. They want you, but they don't need you. Well, can you tell me a little bit more what it's about? Well, it's about trading in the foreign exchange currency. There's 7 trillion. Now you start presenting. And let me share with you what you're going to do. 10 times out of 10, you're going to give a bad presentation, lack information. You're going to lack the environment and the proper setup for them to understand and see themselves in position to buy, and you're going to lose them. And they won't be a customer, nor will they actually join your business. I would rather Mark tell me it's not for him, and I hold the secret of curiosity in my hand. He doesn't. The ego of Mark says, I want to find out what he's talking about. And if I let it out of the bag, he's not going to want to find out. I'm going to hold that. You have to understand people. They're curious. And you ever had anybody call you up and say, hey, man, listen, I got some news for you. But you know what? I can't tell you right now. I got to go into my work shift, and I won't, I won't get off work for another 8 hours, and I'll call you later on. What are you thinking the whole time? Why did you call me and tell me that you had something to tell me and didn't tell me? Curiosity. And all day long, you're sitting there thinking, what is it? 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 You have to learn who people are. And when you understand who people are, you can use it to your benefit. This is why I never spilled the beans. I never let anybody force me into giving a presentation. Never. Never. I own the opportunity. You don't. You're curious. And if I give you a snippet, I'll tell them sometimes, Mark, it's kind of like giving you a haircut on Zoom. Probably wouldn't turn out so good. What I'd recommend you do is do like all successful professionals do, Mark. Take 30 to 45 minutes out of your schedule. Listen to the experts, and then let them decide if this is a fit for you. And then you can also decide if there's an opportunity you see. That's all I can tell you right now. Well, if you don't give me more information, I won't be able to go, you know what, Mark, I totally respect that. I tell you what, man, I want you to have a great day. Love to catch up with you. And whenever we see each other again, hey, man, listen, we'll do that. Talk to you later. Bye. Who won? Me. You say, well, Holton, you didn't get it. No, I won. He's still wondering. He's still wondering. I wonder what he's talking about. Man, I just talked about my boat. He found a way for me to get my boat, maybe even the bigger one. But he never told me anything about it. And he was willing to get off the phone and not even tell me. He didn't try to sell me. Hey, HB, man, listen. Dude, you know what? I moved some things around. 7 o'clock, I'll be great, Mark. I'd love to see you there. I almost gave your spot away. I'll send you the information. That's it. I'm not sitting on the phone with Mark chit-chat. No, I am busy. Hold your guns, ladies and gentlemen. Hold your guns. Now, so you see the power in the invite, how I set it up? It's very simple. Now I'm going to let either the system do the power, somebody who's a salesperson who gets on and does the presentation, that's a salesperson. I'm just a marketer. That's all I am. I'm an appointment setter. That's who I am in that capacity. Now, the last thing I want you to learn, okay, is the follow-up, how to properly follow up, okay? You guys are putting so much pressure on yourselves between how to give a great, impactful presentation. Nobody gives a rip if you do a great, impactful presentation, okay? I just proved it to you. You say, well, how did you just prove it to me? I just told each and every one of you, get the numbers up. I did that for a reason. I was going to give a presentation. I'm sharing with you the psychology that's used that you don't even see it. So each one of you who actually call some people, the numbers have gone up on both platforms here. All you were a marketer. You didn't do this training. You didn't teach people the 4 R's of the system. You didn't teach people how to provide and protect. You didn't teach people how to be in a hurry, show value, and take it away. You didn't do nothing but market. But each one of you who had a new person on this call Ask your person right now, if you're one of the people right now who joined this call, and I want you to be honest, if you're one of the people who joined this call as a result of your upline or somebody texting you, and you have received value and you believe your business will grow based off of what you've heard in the last 20 minutes, put a 1 in the chat. If you have just joined, then just look. What did you do? You just did the marketing part. You invited people and you let the system do the work. Am I asking you to go out and train this the way that I'm training it? No. This is why 100% of you should have registered to say, T. Gray, I want to be a part of the HB training system. Why? Somebody else is going to do the hard work and teach you and your entire group what it is that I know. And you didn't break your doors down of your group, getting everyone to say, at least volunteer. Remember I told you? I told this to the group. The first call that we had on the first call that was on the HB training, I said, the difference between me is how I thought about the business. How I thought about it. There was no way in the world I was not going to have my group. Guys, many of you know about Elevate. Many of you go and trade and you use 1 to 100, 1 to 50, 1 to 200, 1 to 500 leverage. You're so hell-bent on using leverage in your trading, but you don't want to use leverage in building. You want to be the man. You want to be the woman. You want to be, why? Leverage. This is leverage. HB is going to do this work. T. Gray is going to do that. Darren's going to do this. Desi's going to do this here. Cesar is going to do this here. Carlos is going to do this. Whoever is going to do whatever. Avi's going to do this. That's leverage. I leverage coffee and charts all the time. Bring brand new people on there. Hey, I let these guys do it. It's called leverage. That's why we do network marketing. Some of you have just gotten into this thing of you're so wound up, so tight into one ideal of what this is that you forgot what it is that you're doing. This is simple. It's not easy. This is simple. So once a person has seen a presentation or has been exposed, what is it that you say to them? Let me tell you what you don't say. Tell me what you think. Why don't you say that? I just proved to you most of you are not thinking, and they're not either. I don't want to know what they think. It's why they've got the problems that they've got. It's because of their thinking. Okay. If I invited them via Zoom, if I was at person to person and at a meeting there and the presentation's over, I have the opportunity to sit right with them. If I booked the follow-up, whatever it was, I always come and I'm going to lead the conversation and set the tone. Hey, Mary, that was powerful information, wasn't it? That was powerful information, wasn't it? Okay. That was unique and different, wasn't it? Whatever it is, I'm going to edify the presentation. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to edify. Why would I do that? Because I'm the leader. If you're asking them what they think, you are saying, you're the leader. Tell me what your thoughts are, and I'll follow you. No. Hey, that was incredible, wasn't it? What did you like best about what you actually just heard and saw? What did you like best about what you just heard? Guys, I'm telling you, if you just follow these words here, I've been doing this, the same thing for 20-something years. Why? People haven't changed. Well, technology is here, and we now have TikTok, and we have Zoom, and we have Facebook and we've got text messages and the world has changed. Yeah, but people are still the same. People are still the same. It's a people-based business. I can use text message to ask a couple of these questions. I can use Zoom to ask these questions. I can meet with people the same, but the people, and we're still the same. We think the same. We feel the same. We just think about different things, but we're still the same inside. So stop thinking that you've got to be some technocrat in order to succeed in this business because, well, I grew up and I'm one of the Gen Xers and or Gen Zs and I use technology. Well, you can, but the people are still the same. People are still the same. You have to follow up every time you click on an ad. You click on an ad on TikTok. If you click the button, they're going to follow up with you and bring you not only that particular ad, they're going to bring you 5 to 6 different brands that are similar. Why? Because they know if they continue to follow up with you, then you will likely make a buying decision. But if they do not follow up with you, the chances of you coming back searching for them are very, very slim. This is why you follow up. Following up is not begging. It's a process. It's a process. If you were a data collector, if you were an advertising agency and you were using people who, if you were on, you wanted to, well, let's just say that you had a business and you sold Christmas cookies for the holiday and you ran an ad and what TikTok did with their algorithm is they said, okay, a person clicked on your ad, but we'll never follow up with them. Would you want TikTok to send them another ad maybe a day later or 2 days later, 3 days later, and continue until you've proven that you have zero interest in cookies? Yes, you would want them to continue sending your ad. So you want other people to follow up on your product, but you're not willing to follow up on your prospect. Make it make sense. This is the purpose of follow-up. Don't take it personal. You are a part of your own system. It's what must take place when a person has come on your list. I want you to look at it as an assembly line. It's necessary to have follow-up on the assembly line when a prospect actually appears on the list. It's going to go from being on the list. The second station that they go to is categorization. I have to categorize my list. How do I categorize them? Use the 4-checker system. Check the cash cow for that. Another training that you may hear. Joe, is that confusing to you? No. Joe, what he just taught was how to categorize the list. Why is that important, Joe? Because all the people that we're going to bring into your organization have different calibers of people, and we want to get to the best people first. So this training is going to be applicable to every person from now on. You see how I'm teaching Joe the purpose of information and how to properly place it? Joe's not confused.
Funny you should bring that up, HB, because Mark just did a drop-in video training of the 4-checker system for the HB System Coaching Group.
And I had no idea. I just know they teach what I do. They didn't come to me and say, could you tell me the system that I should be teaching? No, they've known it. They've been a part of it. They are a product of it. They teach it. It's all that they know. It's all that they know. But you got to use it. It's not this stuff that we get on here every weekend and, oh, they just want to sound cute. They have many other things that they could do in the mornings at 8 a.m. Central Standard Time than be on a television program for 4.5 years straight without missing a Saturday. Oh, they must get paid for each one of the presentations that they show up and do. No, they decided to do it. It was necessary, needed. And they just say, hey, this is what we're going to do to create a culture in our company. want you just thinking through. So you follow up with them. You follow up with your prospect and ask, what did you like best about what you just heard and saw? Okay. What do you like best? And as soon as they tell you, you know what your next step is? You give confirmation to what they liked. Here's the typical answers that you get. So T. Gray, let me just follow up with you. T. Gray, tell me, what did you like best about what you just actually saw in this presentation?
I like that anybody could learn to trade. Tell you the truth, I mean, I didn't know that you could trade in those markets like that.
So here's what I do. T. Gray, you're absolutely right. Before this, I never knew that either. And so many people like you and me are making a fortune with this new information. I'm just going to confirm if he gives something positive, let him know you are thinking on the right track. Why? Because I just scratched his ego. Guys, this is all psychology. People don't buy because they want it. People buy because they feel good about the decision that they're making and they like it later. You think everybody's got to be in love with trading before they get involved, or got to be in love with travel. No. I didn't get in network marketing because I love network marketing. I got involved in network marketing because the guy who was giving the presentation, okay, made me feel like I belong in that business. I learned to fall in love with network marketing later. Okay. I'm just stroking T. Gray's ego. So T. Gray, come back on screen here. So here's my next question for T. Gray. Okay. Here's my next question for T. Gray. I've already given him confirmation. Well, T. Gray, let me ask you a couple questions. If I was to personally work with you, and I can't work with everyone, but if I chose to work with you, now let me rephrase that, and I'm going to speak as if I am a brand new person here. One of you guys, I'm a senior director here, whatever, Sapphire, it doesn't matter. T. Gray, let me ask you a question. What if my team of experts and myself chose to personally work with you? Leverage. That's 1 to 500 right there, baby. That's what that is. What if my team and I decided to personally work with you? And T. Gray, I'll be candid, we can't work with everyone. What if my team and I decided to personally work with you? Do you know how much ego stroking that is? And how personally, man, your team, hold on, work with me. Oh, posture. We can't work with everyone. I said, what if? I didn't say my team and I want to work with you. I lose posture.
Right.
Oh, my team and I, we want to work with you. I bet you do. I bet you guys want to take my money and scam me out of mine like you scammed the other 5 people that was at the meeting. I bet you do want to work with me. What if, T. Gray, there was an opportunity for you to work with me and my team of experts, and we can't work with everyone? My question for you is, if that was possible, what type of money would you want to see over the next 90 days to 6 months?
Wow. That sounds like a huge opportunity. You guys would really work with me personally?
Well, it's all obviously based off of some qualifications, but let's just say that you met those qualifications. Okay. What would you want? Let's start with that first.
By the end of 90 days to 6 months, I'd like to be making $10,000 to $20,000 a month.
Wonderful. Wonderful. You know, T. Gray, that's actually possible. So here's my next step. That's actually possible, and that's a good target for you, T. Gray. And I go into a commercial. Here is a couple of people that we've actually been able to work with and help them get to that level. And many of them are even higher. One particular person is this person here. Guys, you got to have your tools. If I'm talking to him on Zoom, I'm equipped. I've got my photos. I've got the people I've taken photos with at events and stuff. I got all of that stuff set and on my computer on my Zoom. So if I got to do a screen share, I'm going to screen share and show him a picture of me and whoever that person is and who my experts are and say, T. Gray, you know what? We've been able to do this, blah, blah, blah. Whoever the person is that I'm talking about, use that information. You're giving social proof. You're confirming it's possible for him. Okay. Now, yep, we've been able to do that with several people. Matter of fact, one in particular is this lady here. She's actually got started with this, didn't know anything about trading. And, you know, right now she's you know, her first 7 months, you know, she made $100 grand. And now she's on to bigger and better things. She owned, you know, she was actually owned a massage studio. She actually still owns it. She makes more money trading because of what my team and myself were able to do than what she's done in her massage business. Never saw herself being able to make 6 figures. There's too many bodies to rub.
Wow.
Not enough time in the day. But through the power of leverage and what we teach, she's been able to do it. My question is this here, for $20,000 a month, here's when I'm now doing the negotiation. I'm just giving you the science of what I'm doing because there's so much psychology in what I do. It just comes off of my tongue very easily. And it comes off of my tongue easily because I've done it so often and I'm confident in what my result is. Okay. So T. Gray, for $10,000 to $20,000 a month, that is a negotiation. Are you willing to be coachable, teachable, and trainable, even if there's some opportunities that are presented that you may not even understand the information?
Well, yeah, absolutely. You guys know what you're doing. Yeah.
Yeah. And the reason I say that is because people typically stay in a comfort zone. They only perform based off the things that they know. And what you know have you where you are. You have to get some new information to get to $10,000 to $20,000 a month of trading. And I want to make sure we're working with the right person.
No, I'm down. I'm down. I'll do what you guys tell me to do.
Wonderful, wonderful. Now, one of the most important things I want to ask you is that you saw the product, but you also saw an opportunity about building a residual income. Okay. Have you ever seen yourself in a leadership position?
Oh, absolutely.
You yourself to be a leader?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. So with us teaching you and training you to teach other people the same thing, would you be willing to follow those steps?
Yeah, that would be good.
Great. So what did I just do, guys? You know what I just did? I made sure he's going to also participate in network marketing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, my guy only wants to trade. That's because that's all you presented to him. Okay. They want to make money. And if that's all you're showing them, oh, well, I don't need any people. No. Get them involved, give them the opportunity to build. Hey, listen, let me ask you a question. Do you ever, see yourself in a leadership position leading other people? Because that's where the biggest money is. Yeah. Okay. So basically, if there were some things that my team and I, basically gave you instructions to do to be able to lead a team to make the bigger money, you could follow those instructions, couldn't you?
Yes. I'm sorry. I was taking notes.
No problem. Okay. So I got him to make a commitment. Why? Why is he eager to answer? I made him feel he has to qualify to work with us. Guys, you've been on job interviews before and you want to put your best foot forward. Why? You're sitting there hoping and praying. I hope they hire me. I hope they hire me. I hope they hire me. Let me ask you a question. Do you work really good with people? And you can't stand people. When you walk into the room, everybody wants to leave. And oh yeah, I'm very, very good with people. Why? Your resume and your first interview are the biggest pack of lies you've ever told. But you're sitting there knowing that you're being interviewed and you're hoping that you meet their qualifications for their stinking job. It's psychology. They're sitting in the big chair. You're sitting in a small chair. They came to your office. You came to their office. They didn't come to your home. You show up 5 minutes early. They bring you in 15 minutes late. It's posture. You have a 7 o'clock interview at somebody's place. They're not interviewing you at 7 o'clock. They're sitting back there drinking coffee, talking to their friends, to their other coworkers, acting like they're busy before they come out. Why? You waiting on them establishes them as the leader. "10 minutes until they tell one of their colleagues, all right, we're gonna go see if she's got what it takes. We've made her wait long enough. Hey, how you doing? Come on over here. Come on over to my office." They don't let you leave. Hey, come on over. Make yourself at home. It's all about them making you feel that you're going to give your best. People are used to doing it, so guess what I do? I let them do what they've been programmed to do forever, and it works. Why? They're in a comfort zone of wanting to please me. They want to please you. If you put yourself in the position of visible, true authority as an expert, they'll want to please you. All the way to pulling out their MasterCard or Visa. So I've already got them to commit to network marketing. So Tigray, a couple things here before we actually get started. Here's a couple things I want to make sure. In order to really succeed here at building a business, specifically the biggest part of the income, that's going to be your residual income, because you'd like to leave something to your kids, is a commitment of somewhere in the neighborhood of 10, 15, 20 hours a week getting started. You're going to choose that time. Is that going to be an issue? Because I want to make sure that you get educated, and I want to make sure we put the proper time in to build a legacy for you.
You said about 10 to 15 to 20 hours a week?
10 to 15 to 20. Sometimes you may even choose on your own to put more or even less.
Yeah, I can do that. Yeah.
Right. And let me share with you one of the beauties of it, T-Ray. One of the beauties of it is this here. Is I want you to imagine, in the first 90 days, we help you build a team of, let's just say, 50 people. Okay. And they all have 10 hours a week. You know what, Tigray? You're getting paid off of 500 hours a week. This is the reason why I want you to start off doing the right thing yourself, because we're going to teach everybody else, and now you're using leverage.
I like that. That sounds good.
Okay. You're painting a picture. What do you think network marketing is, guys? This is not some sign-up game where we just one-to-one. Sign up. No, it's leverage. Hey, how many hours of productivity are you getting paid on? You got 50 people in your team. They're putting in 10 hours a week. That's 500 hours a week of productivity. If you teach them how to be productive with their time, the more money you make with the more time they put into the business. If you don't teach them what to do with their time, you won't increase the amount of money you make as they put more time in. I know I've hijacked this whole thing here today.
No. It's absolutely perfect. You're on point. Mark, can you put up that slide? Because you don't even know. You train. I was going to try to trick you into training this, but you trained it anyway. I literally wrote Mark a note saying, I'm going to get HB to teach these folks how to close at the end of the Worldwide Good Party today. And I'm not
even finished. I'm going to teach them how to close it. I'm going to teach them how to get the card.
Okay, cool. Excellent. So just want you to know, just to put some context, HB, I know you saw this in the messages yesterday, but we have 106 good parties taking place today in 16 different countries, hosted by all sorts of folks, including 11 different diamonds. And Mark, if you can just go to the next slide, 2 of them have already started because we know we have different time zones. So Donnie already did his in the Philippines while we were sleeping. And Desi already did one in Bulgaria while we were sleeping. So I'll turn it back over to you on that with that information.
This is what it's all about. Okay. So it starts with the 1 and you multiply it. Okay. So now once I've gotten Tigray to commit to the 20 hours a week, here's what I do next. Okay. Now, T. Gray, so I've checked that off. In my box, I've checked off that he's coachable, teachable, trainable. We've checked that off. T. Gray, listen, one of the other things, you know, obviously is that I want to see is which package, okay, which package fit your budget right now so that we can accelerate your growth to $500 a month. I mean, five grand, or I mean, 10 grand or 20 grand a month. There are several packages that we have. Starting obviously with the top package gives you higher leverage. Is that a part of the budget that we can get you started with right now?
What was that top package again? Was that was like 1,500?
It's like $1,500, yes.
Yeah, I could do that one.
Okay. Tigger, ask me the difference between the packages.
Okay, so yeah, so there were a few different ones, right? What's the difference between them?
Okay. Well, here's the thing. I want to share something with you. Number one, no matter what you choose, you're going to get access to our system. Okay. The system is just a byproduct of being involved. HB doesn't try to make money off the system. HB wants you to make money through the system. But let me share a little secret that they didn't pitch in the presentation. You know, these two top packages here called First Class. Initially, when we start enrolling people in your team, the majority of your money is going to come through what we call our binary system. Do you know you'll make 50% more with these packages doing the same work, same number of people, than if you chose the business class?
And I didn't understand that.
I'm giving you a little secret. This is why I started with the first class packages. And this is why the majority of people who I brought in started with that. And people typically ask me, HB, how'd you get started? And I wanted to set the best example. And when I got in it, that's what most people asked me, and that's what they did. Probably my business, I probably made 5 times more money because I started with the big package than if I started with the smaller package.
That makes total sense.
Yeah. So what we want to do is this here. There's a few things that we want to do. Okay. I'm going to give you a couple of set of instructions, your first assignments that we're going to do. Number one, we're going to go ahead and get your position locked in. Okay. Once you've got your position locked in and you've gotten your ID number.
Okay.
Hello. How does he get an ID number? Sign up.
Mm-hmm.
I don't say once I sign you up. Once you get your ID number, okay, I want to go ahead and set up a call about 30 minutes to an hour from, let's just see here. It's what time is it now? It's 9:36. Listen, so here's what I'll do. It takes you probably about 5 or 10 minutes to get that done. I've got a quick call that I'm going to make. I want you to go ahead and get your ID number because I'm going to walk you through something that's really important before I give you the 4 steps to success. So that means we're going to take a quick sign-up break is what I'm talking about. He has to come back with his ID number. Here's the link. Go through it. Make sure this is the packet that you select. You'll have an ID number. Once you get that, send me a text with your ID number. I'm going to show you something here, and I'm going to walk you through the 4 steps to success, and we're going to do that in about 30 minutes. That's going to take about 15 minutes of our time, but it's 15 to 30 minutes of our time, but it's so critical to getting you to $10,000 to $20,000 a month. Boom. Okay. T. Gray says, well, you know, I was thinking about doing it the first of the year. You know what? I can identify with you. You know what? Most people who embark on something that's a little foreign, they always want to wait. Tigger, let me ask you a question. Do you really believe I can help you get to 10 to 20 grand a month?
I do. Yeah, I believe so.
Okay. So would you be willing to pay me 20 grand today to do it?
Would I be willing to pay you 20 grand to help me get to 10 to 20 grand a month?
Right.
Yeah. That makes a lot of sense. That makes business sense.
But do you have 20 grand right now to pay me to teach you how to get the 20 grand in 5 or 6 months?
No, I do not.
You don't. Right. So basically what you're saying is you'll be paying me because you'll delay getting started for 30 days, which means you get to 20 grand 1 month later, which means you missed out on 1 full month of 20 grand. And that money you actually would have paid to me. Let's start off by making smarter decisions for 2024. Get yourself started today, and let's get on the track to making this type of money you want to make. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, I didn't think of it that way.
Yeah, most people don't. That's why you need people like me and the team of people that you're going to be working with. We're going to change your entire paradigm about how you look at money and how you look at success.
Yeah. Okay.
Nobody walks away from me. No, nobody's going to outsmart me. Nobody's going to give me a dumb, unless I just know that they don't want the business. But if I can tell that they're just scared, hesitant, and they're bought into their own ways of thinking, that's what it is. They need me.
Mm-hmm.
I know that they need me. I have to give them a life raft for their thinking. Why their thinking have them sinking. Let me throw my life raft out. I'm not going to be combative with you. I'm not going to make you feel dumb or inadequate. Yeah. You need me. I'm not going to tell them that, just so blatantly, but I'm going to say it. So that's why I'm not going to allow him to delay. I'm not going to allow him to delay. And so here's what should happen, ladies and gentlemen. When we're talking about these BÜM parties today, when we have these BÜM parties, I know most of you, here's what you're doing. You're boosting up for an event, as well as you should, because this is important. More importantly, you should be boosting up for making this normal. What good is it to do a big event like this, all the countries that we have involved, 106 BÜM parties, and if we know that this is what's normal, how many parties should take place next Saturday without a special event? Honestly, at least I'd say about 200. Yeah. About 200 should take place. And in the normal minds of people, we're going to do 106. It's a special deal. Next week, we'll have only 20. That's not network marketing. That's not what you came here for. I'm looking at those pictures with Donnie Pips. I'm looking at the pictures of Desi, and how many of those people would love see what Donnie will do right there in Philippines, okay, is take those people that's there. Many are going to sign up, and the next step for him is booking meetings for those people who are there. So one meeting should turn into 5 or 6 different meetings because he's got enough people to do it. Okay. And let me share something with you here, guys. You're wondering, do people want what we have? Let me show you the people want what we have. I got a message here. I'll read this message to you. And I put it in, and I just thought about today. I put it in a chat with Donnie Pips that, because he didn't ask me for anything, but somebody called me up, say, hey, I want to join the business. I said, you know what? This is who you need to sign up with. Here's a message. It says right here. Here's a message. Long time no talk. I hope you're doing well. Whatever part of the world you're in currently, can you do me a favor? I'd like to be sponsored into your Elevate for the trade platform and see if I can learn how to trade with you and your software. I appreciate you. Hope you're having a blessed day. So he left his email address on there. I said, MB, we'll have you sponsored by the best trader and coach in the company. He said, great, let's do it. His next statement was, I've got about 5 people and they're needing a comeback story. We'll get them signed up as well. I appreciate you. I said, it's looking good. So he sent me a picture of him playing the guitar. He said, laugh out loud, just a thought I would update you to say Oh, hold on for a second. He says, "Oh, just a thought. I was just want to update you. Good looking guy, just getting a little older, hopefully a little wiser." Then he says, "People are having a tough time out here in the world. I believe that you have the correct uniform for people. I've watched a lot of videos, just simple people, average people making a couple $100 a day plus. That's fantastic. You've done an incredible job. But then you always do things first class." You guys don't think people are watching? I didn't text him. He wasn't on my list. He's been watching something. Profit Snatchers, UK, Profit Snatchers, US, opportunity calls, whatever it may be. He's been watching something. They get on our flight schools. There's guests that are on flight schools, and they just want to see what's the temperature. There's not a lot happening in network marketing right now. Nobody, I can tell you right now, many of the things I see in network marketing, and I'm kind of in the know, you know, it's not, people are looking right now. The economy is perfect for us because we teach people how to multiply money. The money in our society, no matter where we are around the world, has been devalued. Inflation has hit every country around the world. That means that if you made $50,000 last year, you can only buy about $35,000 to $40,000 worth of stuff with the same money. Your money has been devalued. How do you make up the difference? We teach people how to make up the difference. This is not a social club. This is not a social group. This is not a community activist group. This is a group, a company, an opportunity, a business that empowers people to take matters in their own hands so that they can increase their income and actually make up the gap between where their dreams are and where their reality is. You make up that gap. You have the answer to make up that gap. And you've got to know why you're actually calling a person and understand that people need, they are looking for it. You've just got to be bold enough to learn powerful invites, learn how to follow up, and either you become a great or what I call a thorough presenter, clear and concise, or you learn to be a great marketer and get people to a quality presentation. That's it. All of this other stuff that you guys are focusing on and doing, it doesn't mean anything if you don't know how to get them in, keep them in, move them along, rank them up. Okay. So back to you, T. Gray. I hope this helped all of you. And I really, I'm excited about what's going to take place. I believe now you guys should put the extra effort in, double up on your invites for your BÜM parties today. Some of you are going to have them through Zoom. Some of you are going to have them in person. And if you're having them in person, guys, here's the secret. Get back to personal meetings. Don't think that we're in this economy where everything has to be so digital. Start in your little community where you are. I'm telling you, if you can get in front of people like Donnie Pips is right now, get in front of the people. They feel your energy. They can feel your enthusiasm. The closing ratios are much higher. Their level of attention span is much more directed, straight on. And it's the way, it's better than anything. It's better than anything. So back to you, T. Gray and Mark. I appreciate you guys. If you need me for anything else, I'll stay on if you need me for anything else.
Man, that's phenomenal. Bro, I got to say this. I remember way back in 2005, 6, after you had already gotten me started, and we started, you taught us how to replace you, right? So we started doing the Thursday night business briefing, and you stopped coming because you wanted to give us a platform. But then every once in a while you would pop in. And I just remember just how everybody's just energy would just go up another level. I just know how I would feel when I was up on the stage and I saw you walk in the back of the room, and just the level of excitement, like, wow. Yeah, I almost said, oh shit, HB's here. Now I said it, right? But it's crazy. Here we are 20 years later, practically, still get the same feeling. Get the same feeling, and just appreciate you dropping in, because one of the things we remind everybody is you don't have to do this. This is your This is your labor of love. And you definitely, if there's anybody who doesn't need to be here on Saturday morning, it's you. And so we just appreciate you, man, for dropping in and for just all of the wisdom. I mean, just right off the top of the dome, just appreciate you.
Yeah. Yep. And it's the same every time. It's the same. There's nothing different, folks. Just stick to the system.
Yeah. And it's just wonderful because, you come on and your validation for us, because people heard today the same things that we've been teaching them. But one of the things that you did today that was just so fantastic is you really clearly outlined how people should use flight school as a tool, right? And there's that missing element that I don't think was ever really clearly delineated until today, which is each person needs to lead. You're leading people from where they are in the process and how you can position, hey, flight school, you're going to hear some things today. You're going to need all these things, but what we're focused on is what we're doing right now.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. And I hope everybody got that real clear.
Yeah, absolutely. And they'll follow, trust me, and they won't be confused. They'll understand. They're grown. If they can find the sign up button and get an ID number, then they qualify to know, okay, hey, listen, I need to follow what my leader's saying right now. This is the person who's responsible for my game plan. So awesome.
Well, I laughed because you were, so when we started, you were my coach and you guided me to attend lots of different trainings, but I was never confused because even though I took pages and pages of notes and some of those things were advanced concepts that I would apply later, I was always focused on what you were teaching me and where you had me at that moment. So that was good, bro.
Yeah. Well, here's what I want to do then. I do want to go to the just to the panel, to the listeners here, and to be true. Is there more clarity for you? Does this present more clarity for you? Because that's what I want to know. If it's more clarity, let us know. And if it wasn't, if it brought you something different and made you more confused, I want to know that as well, because we want to make sure that everybody understands what our purpose is, and so if you understand what the purpose is and understand what your responsibility is, okay, this is why I don't build dependent leaders. There's no such thing as a dependent leader. A dependent leader is a follower who's waiting for somebody else to lead them and their team. So I want to build independent leaders that can think on their own, leaders that can process. Now, I'm always there for you. Always there for you. I'm not going to leave you and abandon you, but I want you. I couldn't get to my income with everybody waiting on me. That's not freedom. I wanted to enjoy this business. How do I enjoy it? Knowing I've taught and trained hundreds of other leaders on how to lead their teams, and they're out there leading their teams. And when they get confused, they come to me. The leaders do. Hey, HB, I didn't want, or not confused, but when they have an issue, challenge, they call me up. So this is why I lead at the top. I work at the bottom. I lead with the leaders. I'm not doing leadership trainings 20 in depth. I'm leading their leader. So whoever's closest up here to higher ranks, this is where I lead. But when I do work, like right now, I got Darren, we talk probably, sometimes twice a day, and he's calling and got questions, blah, blah, blah. Hey, boom, I'm right on it. Yesterday, we had a call yesterday. He probably thought it was going to be a 1-minute call. It turned into a 30-minute call. This is how it works. And hey, I implemented that right away. Boom, he had a call, implemented it right away. Why? That's what he's supposed to be doing. Okay. And here's what you do the next step, Darren. That's engaging. That's fun. That's when you get in my rhythm. Now, when the phone calls ring, boom, I'm on it. Why? Because I already know I've got somebody who's going to take the information, implement it right away. I want to talk to that person. Person calls me, I give them information, they go do something different. Okay, I'm not thinking about you, but it's just you're not in my rhythm. You're not in my flow. So I may not pick up the next call or the next one. I may text you or call you back, but it may be a delay. Why? I want you got to get in my rhythm, in my flow, get in your upline's rhythm, get into their flow. Okay. And keep this simple. And what you hear on Flight School or any of our calls is not designed to create any division or de-edification of teams. It is designed to unify information. Okay. Unify the entire company from an information standpoint. Each leader has their own identity or their own identity for their team, and they should have it. Everybody's not going to be like everybody else, but pulling from the resource of information that we have as a company. Okay, and so where it may not work is if they're pulling from some other resource of information that we're not teaching, that's not in that wheel that we're talking about, that's where it may become problematic. So pull from all of this stuff here and teach it in your own way with your own timing. Here's how we implement this. So there's nothing that we should be saying, oh, we don't do this. Oh, we don't do Star Achievers. No, you shouldn't be telling anybody that. There's a reason why Star Achievers works. And I went over that with Darren yesterday. I showed him how I got my checks up because I never focused on $1 million a month of income. It's too big. I was selling. No, I don't want you focusing on your income at all. Nope. So you got the right plan. Do not focus on your money. You tell somebody that what? You focus on your money, okay, then you're going to have a small check. Why? Because you want to do everything. That means that you're thinking, I've got to go earn the money. Focus on the system that produced the results, you get rich. So I brought everybody to the system. My whole system was based on making sure everybody earned $100 a month on the average in residual uni-level income in my first 4 levels. I wanted 10,000 people. So what did I do? I created systems that pushed people to the activity to have $100 a month result. So what did the team have to do? Put the people through the system. The system was going to yield the results. I would lead the leaders, work at the bottom. The system brought me $1 million a month. I didn't. I'm not that good. I'm only good enough to lead effectively up to 500 people. Can't make $1 million a month with 500 people. You can't. I can. Maybe you can try it on your own, but I couldn't do that. So what I did is I just pushed people through the system and let the system was spitting them out. How do I know that? Because I see them on stage. I'd meet diamonds of mine that I had never seen before. Hey, one of your brand new diamonds. What's your name? I never forget. I was in Mexico. I think it was either Mexico or Ecuador. Somewhere I was doing an event, and I had a guy. I had a section that was only reserved for our $1 million earners. You had to have $1 million ring to sit in the section. I see a guy, one of my guys over there. I'm like, Anna, you got to get this guy. I don't like to come up to him and tell him because I've become the bad guy and I hurt their feelings. So I'm like, Anna, you got to get this guy here. He's got to go. He's not supposed to be here. And I was kind of ignoring him because I didn't want to have him come up to me in our $1 million section. And I'm over here talking to him and he's, some Ruby over here in our section because it's going to make all the other rubies like, well, why does he get preferential treatment? And he walks up to me, Mr. Holton, how are you? I'm like, hey, man, I'm doing great. And then he said, look, I got my ring. I'm like, I don't even know you're making $1 million in my organization. And I don't even know I don't even know your name. I'm just now being introduced to you because the system, I didn't have to do everything. That was my first time ever talking to that guy. But see, if I was focused on my check, guess what I'd be doing? Chasing every single person in my group thinking that I had to do everything. And I would have known him. I guarantee you, he wouldn't be at $1 million. He wouldn't have been $1 million earner because I would have done the work and taken away the opportunity for his leaders to lead and the opportunity for him to lead. And I would have stifled his growth because everybody would have been waiting on Holton. When is HB coming? When is he coming around? And I'm telling you, it doesn't work that way. So
HB, that is the biggest advertisement, which you just shared. That story is the biggest advertisement for why we need to get every leader in this company on the same page. Because that story is a product of a system that, even though you have, like you said, the difference in personalities and styles of the different leaders, the information is the same. What everybody is doing is the same. The concept is the same across. There are no radical differences between one group and another. And that's what we've been working to get to in Ibüümerang. So I want to specifically speak to every leader. If you're in a leadership capacity, or if you consider yourself a leader, or if you want to be a leader in Ibüümerang, it's so critical that you embrace and adopt this system. Because, you know, Holton, you said something years ago when we first started the company about making the water go faster. You don't make the boats in the water go faster. You make the water go faster. When we get all on the same page and every leader is teaching the same thing, right? When every leader learns and can teach this system, your system, as well as Mark and I have learned it and can teach it, Ibüümerang, the success stories will ring to the top of the freaking universe.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter what we do, what we put into our system. When the system is flowing, man, you know, we've got some stuff. Most people know we're about to be launching something that really is going to blow the roof off of the industry and earnings. This is one of the reasons, guys, why we're doing these big boom parties, because we want to have thousands more people in. So when we make the announcement, it has that much more of a drastic effect on your income. That's what we want. That much more of a drastic effect. So I appreciate you guys. You know,
Jackie Pippin
I appreciate
says,
all of you guys as well for being loyal, coming back here every single Saturday, putting in your comments, participating. And those of you who are participating as a host of 106 hosts that we have, and some of you co-hosting, number one, hats off to you. You know, you guys are the leaders. That's what leadership is. Leadership is not a rank or position. Leadership is, what am I doing that's duplicatable for me to make sure that people follow in my steps. So continue leading, and can't wait to see you guys. I'll pop in on the calls as a guest today as well, on the, you know, whatever it is that you're going to be doing. So I'll be there.
Awesome. All right. Well, so we're not going to be much longer, so stick around, please. Go ahead, Mark.
Jackie Pippin says HB for president.
Doesn't pay enough.
And so Perez says he is.
But you know what, though? We had there's one guy, I can't find him in the Facebook comment stream anymore because it rolled up. But you got a guy in there, I think his name is King Ralph. He's from one of the African countries. Today is his first ever flight school. And his commentary was like, fantastic. He's like, is this being recorded? Because this is the secret sauce. You know? So good stuff. Mark, if you can throw up the 2 ways to participate slide.
Yes, that's from what I was on.
Okay. We want to go over some details to make sure that we are 100% in sync for today's worldwide good parties. Okay. So first off, there's 2 ways to participate today. Either you're hosting a party at your home, or you can put people on the Zoom directly if there are people who cannot physically attend your good party. So this is the information here. Of course, we prefer that you use your rank up link. We're trying to teach everybody to get in the habit of using your rank up link because that's a key part of the system, and it's going to be a serious accelerator. So congratulations to those who have used their rank up link to confirm their attendees. Yeah, on the right, that's Thierry.
Yeah, that's a screenshot of Thierry. Yes.
So that's Thierry's screenshot from his back office of all the people who he's got coming to the good party today. And the one on the left is mine. The one on the left is mine. I met a guy in the gym. He saw me trading, and he will be on the good party today. He won't be coming to my house, but he will be on the Zoom. But he's using my rank up link. All right. If we go back, someone's asking us to go back so they can screenshot that. All right. Screenshot. Okay, cool. We're going to pop forward 2 slides. And we're not going to do this. Holton already taught you how to close. But we're going to stop here for 1 quick second. When you get a customer signed up, make sure you give them the fast start guide. All right. This is what you do for customers. So this is in the this is on iBoom Hub, right, Mark?
Yes. Yep.
So you can grab this from iBoom Hub, but when you get a customer signed up, make sure you give them the fast start guide to help them go through so that they're not lost. Okay, what's next on this? Also, I wanted to give you this too. Don't give your customers away. I got some people doing that, devaluing your opportunity, the customer opportunity, by signing your customers up as ambassadors, where they do standby and elevate for the purpose of them paying $149.99 a month instead of $179.99 a month. If you have people who do not want to build the business, let them be a customer. Being a customer is a part of how the world goes round. When you go to the supermarket, they do not sell you groceries at their price. You pay the premium price because you're not in the business with them. You're a customer. This is okay. Don't give away your retail bonus. Don't give away your customers. Let them pay $179.99 because they should. Okay. It's worth 10 times that. So for those of you who are doing that, stop. Keep your customers. And here's another thing to remember. Those who don't want to build the business, if you let them get in at Standby plus Elevate, they're going to get every single Ibüümerang marketing email that says, hey, get on flight school, get on this presentation, builder message, builder that. They're going to get all the emails they don't want to get. So let them be happy as a customer. And maybe one day they will join the business when they see something else. Next up is, let's see, we're going to skip that. Holton did that already. He did that. He did that. Okay, let's go to this. Help us track the results. Help us track the results. Okay, one of the things Holton taught us is know the numbers to grow the numbers. He never had to go hunt us down to find out what the results were if he did a presentation or any presentation that was happening, because we were just trained to forward that information. Here's what happened today. Here's what happened today. Here's what happened today. So as we've been sharing with the coaching group, Mark and I, we don't work for free. We work for volume, right? So we want to know what kind of volume did we get. So here's what we did. worldwidegoodparty.com, same link. We've now changed it. It's not the sign up anymore. It is the results form. So after the good party, just have each ambassador who signs up a customer or business partners should go here and just log in your results. Okay. You'll just do the drop down. What did you sign up? You sign up a customer. You sign up customers. Great. Choose customer. How many is the next box? And then just multiply the customer QV times that and put it there. There's 4 sections. So there's enough for you to sign, to report all sorts of different stuff. Here's the deal. Post your results only so we don't get doubles. Okay. So post your individual results only. So if you're the host and one of your people get some results, let your people post their own results. And post each result one time only, meaning you're going to have some people who sign up on the spot. Great. Go ahead and put it in there. You're going to have some people who sign up tomorrow or the next day. Okay, go back in, put those in there, but don't repost the ones you already did because it'll mess up the numbers. Is that clear, everybody? Is that clear? Clear. See it in the chat. Okay, cool. Awesome. Fantastic. This is so important. Okay. Let's create a culture where when we do stuff, we track the numbers so we know how we did and how we can get better. All right, next one. No. Can you go back to the flow? There was one that was called the flow with the timing of everything. There we go. That one. All right. So this is critical. Everybody take a screenshot of this. Okay. So this is how we're going to execute in excellence today. Number 1, set up properly. Okay. So over the last couple of weeks, we've taught you how to set up your good party the right way. So we won't go over that in detail today. You should have your guest arriving at least 15 minutes early. Okay. We made a playlist for you. You can access that playlist at goodpartyplaylist.com. And when you get there, you're going to see iBoom, Good Party music. Just hit play all. And you got the perfect music for your good party as we talked about last week. Okay. You are going to need to use a separate device from your TV for this, because remember what we're doing today. Make sure, like, if you have a Bluetooth speaker and another phone or an iPad, use that for your music. Okay. 1 o'clock, an hour before, test your setup. Okay. Go ahead and start your playlist. And again, start it, play it from a separate device. It should be long enough, but if it ends, just start it again. Okay. All right. 1:25, join the Zoom. Right. All of you hosts, all 106 that are everybody in the 106 that's doing the Zoom party with us in the same time zone, go ahead and join the Zoom. And we're going to be so you can display the countdown on your TV. Turn your volume to 0. Here's why. For the people who are on the Zoom, we actually have the countdown has music. It just doesn't have this music because Facebook will shut us down if we play this music. So we have some generic music that will be playing on the Zoom countdown. And so turn your volume to 0 so that people can hear your playlist. 1:30 is when the countdown will actually start. 1:30 is when the countdown will actually start on Zoom. As people come into your house, they should see it right big on your TV. It's going to be beautiful. George did some amazing work under Mark's direction. So it's going to look really pretty on your TV, the countdown. 1:55, as we discussed last week, welcome your guests, settle them down, get them seated, because we're going to start right on the mark at 2 p.m. We've got Blue Diamond, Jayla Pippins, who is going to be the host, and I'm going to do the presentation. And as you heard, HB, the GOAT himself, our CEO, is going to jump in there. This is going to be insane today. Insane today. So let's make sure we're all in sync for today's BÜM party. Is there any question? No, by the way, Mark sent out an email to everyone yesterday with the videos and the Good Party playlist.
I'll send it again.
He'll send it again, but that link is easy to remember. It's goodpartyplaylist.com. Okay? goodpartyplaylist.com. Take a screenshot. All right. Excellent. Will you be able to record what, Yvette? What in particular? The Good Party itself, the presentation? Oh, yeah, it will be recorded. Absolutely, it will be recorded.
Yep.
But if you want to record it yourself, you can do that as well. Knock yourself out. Okay. All right. Any other questions? Anybody have any questions? We want to make sure that everybody's on the same page. Anybody have any questions? Recommend that you're on the latest Zoom version as well. Yeah, go ahead and upload. Oh, yeah. Detail. Very good detail. Thank you, Diana. Zoom does updates all the time. Definitely a good idea to go ahead and update your Zoom. Sam, great question. Will it be live on Facebook? Augustine, yes, it will. We will be live on Ibüümerang Facebook as well. Absolutely. All right. Donnie's going to take a nap. Way to go. Is it best that you wear BÜM gear? Sure, absolutely. Yeah. Put on have your Ibüümerang Pride show today. Throw on your Ibüümerang t-shirt, your Elevate t-shirt, whatever. Is the recording going to be posted and rank up for tomorrow's call? We'll do our best. Can you live yours on Facebook? Does Facebook still let you share a live? Because if so, then you can share ours. But I mean, whatever it is you want to do, absolutely. Knock yourself out. Absolutely. All right. Next, and the last thing is, like what Holton shared, let's make this the norm, right? We're all excited because we're doing it special today. But one thing that we're going to be looking for is what are the good parties and the BÜM parties that are going to be taking place during the week and next weekend. Because if you can go back on the how to close, there, back, forward, one more, there, right? So part of the system is booking a meeting from a meeting, bam, fam, right? So Holton demonstrated to you how he was, helping me make that decision. The next thing that he's going to do in that process is he's going to book my first meeting and actually schedule out my first 4 meetings, right? So we've taught you guys how to do that. Let's make sure that we don't just sign people up and let it fall flat. Let's get them into action right away. Let's get them a win. Let's get them a victory right away by scheduling their first good party, live or virtual, right away. All right, that's everything I've got. Mark, do you have anything? And Holton, do you want to pop on? And is there any other advice you have for everybody for today?
Hey, let's go ahead and knock it out. I think I've said enough for today. Let's go ahead and knock it out. Have an incredible start to what should actually be a weekly deal.
Yep. And also, if you need to, do some 3-way calls and lifeline calls. Okay. Yeah.
All right. All right, folks. Well, let's make today the most exciting day that we've had in December so far. And it's only the 2nd day of the month. So we have an opportunity to keep doing it. That said, Mark, unless you've got anything else, let's go ahead and wrap this thing up. And we'll see everybody at 1:25 p.m.
HB, come back on.
Oh, yeah. We got to do the picture.
Here.
Right. And he's got on his Ibüümerang shirt. Perfect.
All right. I didn't change.
Let's do this.
On 3. 1, 2, 3. All right.
All right.
You guys are such posers.
Thank you for coming on, HB. This has been fantastic. Yes.
Welcome, guys.
All right, everybody.
Love you, ambassadors.
See you at 1:25.